Alright, so today we're working on a 2008 Toyota Highlander, the 3.5 in it. Customer complaint, check engine light came on, VSC light came on, the little traction light came on. So she drove it here. She said it drove just fine, other than just check engine lights on. So we're going to do some preliminary checks on it, and we'll go from there. We'll pull some codes, and we'll see what else we can find. Alright, so we got the snap-on Solus edge here. Let's go ahead and pull some codes. So looking on Toyota. This thing should auto ID itself. It's new enough. It'd be smart if I turn the key on, right? Choosing Toyota Highlander. Here we go. Let's do a code scan on everything. So we got 3 engine codes, a couple transmission codes, ABS analog brake codes. Alright, so just cycle through here. Okay, so we have our engine current codes. Then we have cylinder number 2 misfire detected. It's in the current and it's in the history, and then transmission. It's just stores it also. ABS is engine control system fault, and then high-low battery voltage. Okay. Loss of common gate module. We're not gonna be worried about anything else. Just basically the cylinder number 2 misfire. All right, so back up. See if we have any freeze frame data. See if cylinder number 2 misfire detected. So that's all it's going to show me. Well, let's see what we got here. So how about we just look at just the misfire counters, and let's see if we can go see if we see something there. So let's select just the misfires. Alright, let's go and start this. Alright, so start the vehicle. As you can see, we got a couple flashing lights, check engine light, 141 on the 148 on the clock. So look at misfire counters here. As you can see, number 2 is a dead misfire. Alright. Well, she says that it was running just fine, and up until she started it, then it just completely just started to automatically check engine light came on and stuff like that. So typically when that happens, we don't really worry about like a spark plug, or there's no spark plug wires on this. It's all coil on plug. So why don't we just go look at the hood and take the engine cover off and see if we see anything visual inspection. Alright, so here we are back in the hood. We took the cover off and just kind of looking around, and we found, stay right there, found some pack rats. So went ahead and took this off. You can see where pack rats had ate the wire, and they ate the little cover tubing. So this is our number 2 misfire, our number 2 cylinder, and we're gonna fix this. Alright, so I called Toyota. I'm gonna order some the pigtail connector, basically. Pack rats here in the Southwest in Tucson, we have a lot of this problem here. So what we're gonna be doing here is we're gonna cut these wires back, probably even cut them back further, and then we've got a couple of wires, couple of end connectors and a new pigtail. So we'll go and fix all this and we'll go from there. So I called Toyota and this is what they gave me. We got 2 wires, and then we also have the actual connector for it too. So these are part numbers. So I guess what we're gonna do, we'll just try to cut back as much as we can on the wire harness. We'll vacuum all that out. Trying to see how far back the damage goes. Just very carefully cut back. Looks like we can probably start from right there. Yep, right there. So we'll probably cut it from here, heat shrink it, solder it, heat shrink it, and then just fix this wire. Should be good to go. Alright, so what we're gonna do now is I got called away. I gotta figure out where I was at. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna end up cutting it back. That's still good wire right there. So we're gonna cut it back to that point, and that point there. We're gonna cut into this wire and strip it back, solder it, heat shrink it, and then put everything back together. You can see the new connector. They just didn't like that. And then with the wiring, you got to feed this, feed this in there, kind of push it in until it clicks in. Let's see how far it's got to go in. Let's see here. Let's try this one. Sometimes it looks awfully big. Doesn't go the other way because it doesn't go in. Let's go like this. That looks awfully big. Why would it be like that? Alright, well, let's see what we gotta do. Okay, so we're doing a little bit of fiddling around. I didn't realize that there is a lock. Once you put that lock in, get your little terminal, just kind of go plug it in, hear the click, good to go. Same thing with the other one. So we got it, push it in, let it click, and then you push it down, and then they're both clicked in there. So now that leads you to believe that, since you have 2 red wires, which one is signal wire, and I'm assuming which one's the ground. So what do? We can look up a wiring diagram, figure out exactly which one of these wires is basically power, the signal wire, and which one's ground. My guess is going to be the brown's going to be ground and the yellow's going to be signal wire. Only because if you look over here on the other one, so you have the brown wire is the ground, and then the other one is maybe another yellow wire, and this one over here, see, brown and green. So these are gonna go that way. But just to make sure, let's go look up a wiring diagram, the pinout location. Alright, so here we are, Identifix. We're gonna come over here, 2008. It's going to be a Toyota Highlander. It is a limited. And then 3.5 liter V6. Alright. So we'll go down here. We'll go to let's see, let's find a wiring diagram. Turn the service manual. Let's look up under, let's try connector list. So here we go. Let's see if this will, just shows us everything. Doesn't show us the breakdown maybe at the very end. Alright, so fuel injector assembly number 2 is B4. Let's go find out what B4 is. B4. That's probably the main harness. I'm gonna do a little bit of poking around and I'll bring you back. Alright, looking back, I made a mistake. So we got so B14 is a fuel injector assembly number 2. So we're gonna come back up here to all the pinouts, and then so we have B14 here, not B4. B14. So obviously we have the connector, the little release tab, and then number 1, number 2. So we have to figure out which one number 1, number 2, where the wires go to. So come back here, and we'll look under. Let's type in fuel injector. We'll scroll down here. We'll look at engine controls. And this is the same one we're looking at. So this is number 1 and number 2. So number 2, number 1. So number 1 connector is going to be where the yellow wire goes. So that's how we got connected. All right, so basically you can see this. That's how this one goes. So yellow one, the yellow wire goes to number 1, which is this one. Brown goes to number 2. So that's how, it's basically how all the other ones are just set up. So the feed wire, circuit wire, power wire, whatever you want to call it, goes on this side of the connector, and the brown wire will go on the other side. So if we're going to plug it in just like that, so yellow wire is going to go here, brown wire is going to go here. So usually what I do is when I solder stuff, I always try to stagger them. That way they're not together and it's not one big, bowls like in the wiring, especially when you're soldering 3, 4, 5 wires together for whatever reason. I always like to kind of stagger them. That way it lays a lot nicer when you go to solder them and cover them with some more convoluted tubing. So what we're going to do is we'll kind of set it in place. It's okay if the wires are a little bit longer. I'd rather have the wires a little bit longer than obviously too short and it's pulling on the connector. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably just cut another, I don't know, maybe 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch off, something like that. And that way it's staggered. I'll go from there. There. Remember, don't forget to put your heat shrink on first. One there. And then we'll go ahead and connect these wires. Again, just making sure you're not gonna screw this up. So, brown this one, yellow on that one. Alright, here we go. So it runs really good. There's no misfire and no bucking. You see it here. We got the new coil made. The fuel injector connector, excuse me. We'll blow all it out and put the cover on, take it for a drive. Alright, let's take it for a drive. Now the very first one up here, that's your engine RPM, just so you can see it. And then obviously the third one down is going to be your cylinder number 2 misfire counter. And as you can see now, it's got 0. Let's take it for a little drive. See if we can get the seatbelt on. Alright guys, well, she's all done, fixed. I'm gonna get a hold of this customer, let her know her truck is done, and she'll come pick it up. Thank you for coming along. I appreciate it, and see you on the next video.